Look at the grass. We had a real heavy frost and freeze last night. Where's your ball? Good ball. Bring the ball. Bring the ball. That's not a squeaky ball, but that'll do. He loves this one just as much. It's funny, he'll carry the ball by the ball. I bought that toy because it's got a rope on it. I figured he would pick up that rope and sling the toy around and play with it, but he won't pick it up by rope. He don't like it. All right, let's go down here to the dump truck. It's gonna take a few minutes to thaw out. That thing is froze up. But it takes a while for that big old truck to get warm anyway. You ready to go to work? Hello, let's go. Diesel's always ready to go to work. Diesel, you gonna go get your ball? You gonna take your ball with you? All right, let's go get it. Go get the ball. Go get the ball. I'll leave him. Go get the ball. Wants me to get out. I'm in his way. Get the ball. Get the truck. It'd help if I get out of your way, wouldn't it, buddy? Well, have you ever heard that saying said before? I'll be there, Lord willing, if the creek don't rise. I think that fits this time. So we've got a little creek to cross. It is concreted. Got a little creek to cross to get over here to the, we're gonna spread this rock today. I've got a little footbridge. I guess it'd handle light traffic, truck, cars, whatever. But it ain't gonna handle that. So we're gonna cross this creek. Diesel's ready. Look at him. this job site where we're going to put this rock today. I was out here a couple weeks ago, I guess it was, maybe 3 weeks ago, and built this pad here that is all wooded from about right here around the edge of the driveway to there. All that was wooded area, as thick as you see there in the video. So we got the trees out of the way, pushed that stuff out of the way, and built this pad where he's going to be able to shop and kind of build up this area here with the dirt. It was kind of low, and built that up. So we got a load of rock here, some number 4s. We was going to put it on a new driveway that we cut in to replace the one that we messed up building that pad. But realizing there's not enough room to turn. Once you get down in here, there's not enough room to turn. So what we're going to do is take these row of trees out. Not right now, but probably later today or next week. Take this row of trees out and build the driveway a little bit farther over there to the right, so there's more room to turn when we get down in here. But what we're going to do today is dump this load of number 4s, and then we'll go get some 57s to put on some existing driveway that he already has. Alright, so we got a little problem with Diesel's new seat and bed here. When I go to raise my dump bed up with this lever here, it doesn't go back far enough to where it really stays engaged in raising the bed. So let's take just a few minutes here and fix that. I'm just going to put a notch in it here where that needs to be taken out. Pin won't right, that's good. There we go. That ought to do it. Diesel, you might need to leave. This might get a little bit too dangerous for you. Come on. That'll do. Let's go. Get out here for a minute. That'll work. Put the blanket back on it. Try that out. Oh yeah, works like a charm. Come on, Deese. Deese, here. Diesel, here. Hold up. Oh yeah, it works good. All right, we got a couple loads of rock hauled and made it back to the farm here. So what we'll do now is we'll get the Kubota side-by-side unhooked from the log splitter, and we'll go gather up some tools and get this fence put back together. So we'll move the cows down the river pasture. But we've got a minor emergency. Diesel's ball is behind the seat, and he can't figure out how to get it. Where the ball? Where the ball? Get it? Where the ball? He don't know how to get down there. Go around the other side and get his ball out for him. Here, Deese. Deese. There's that ball. Give me that ball. All right, we'll get this wood splitter off the side by side here. Go work on some fence. This is where we'll start working on the fence at. What we have is we got basically a 2-strand polywire fence. It's kind of a, I guess it's a nylon strand fence, but it's got, I don't know if you can see, it's got little bitty strands of wire that run through it that you can put electricity on it, put a fence charger on it, and keep the cattle in the fence. So basically all I want to do is just get the fence back up basically where it looks like this, a little bit tighter, where there's 2 strands and the cattle can see the strands, because a cow, once they learn the electric fence, they won't mess with it anymore. They're pretty much done with it. The calves are a different story. The calf seems to, I don't know how they do it, but they figure out that I forget to plug it back up, and then the calves will get out. But I don't mind that, because that gives Diesel something to do. He knows how to put those calves back in the fence, that's for sure. So this is a gate. We're going to bring them out of here in just a minute. They're in this pasture right here for now, and then we're going to move them down to this pasture, which this is the high part, and it goes down to the river. We'll go down the river in just a few minutes, and I'll show you around down there as well. So almost forgot to go back up to the house and unplug the fence. That would have been bad. You would have heard me scream. Tighten this up a little bit. So what I do to tighten it up is just basically pull it through and then wrap it around. And that just kind of helps tighten up put some tension on the wire, and then somewhere on down through there I'll do that again. Eventually I'll get it fairly tight. Top's okay. All right, I got that piece fixed. I'll walk back up this way, back to where we was working on that couple of broken wires. And as I was riding down the road there, I saw where it was basically just had a lot of slack in it. So I'm gonna go up here. There's one piece of stick or a limb on them, get that off the way, and then come back down here to the other side and tighten it up. Well, when you don't maintain fences on a regular basis, it does not take long for them to get out of hand. Limbs falling down, animals running through them, just you name it. A lot of stuff going on with fences. These two cabins are cabins that my wife and I built as rental cabins, 98, I guess it was. And we did nightly and weekend rentals for 6 years. We'll just go in this one right quick. It's kind of a neat little cabin. We did nightly and weekend rentals for about 6 years, and man, that was just a lot of work, especially one night stays, trying to get the cabin ready, trying to work full time too. It was just a pain at times. But so what we did after 6 years of the nightly weekend rentals, we began to rent them full time for people to live in, which has worked out pretty well. It's a neat little cabin, a little 1 bathroom and a small kitchen and a living area, and then upstairs is a bedroom. So we basically had back when we had them built, had the shell built, and then me and my papa actually did inside work, finished them up. We'll walk down here to the river, take a look at that. This cabin here actually, like I said, I've been doing renting it out full time for people to live in. But this one, we've actually sold it, the cabin itself, not the land, for it to be moved. So they're in the process of working out the details to get this cabin moved. We've had people driving in and out right beside our house for, gosh, since 98, 20 something years. And so we decided to get get some of our privacy back, and we actually sold that one. The other cabin over there in the woods, that guy's been with us for years. He's been here a long time, so we're just going to continue renting that cabin to him. But this is the Hiwassee River. It's the state of Tennessee scenic river, and we are where we're at right here. We are on the tail end, I guess you'd say, of the middle section. You got an upper section, middle section, and lower section, typically what we call it here for the Hiwassee River. And so we're on the tail end of the middle section. There's a lot of canoeing, kayaking, fun yakking, tubing that come down through here past this property, and then they'll take out at the Highway 411 bridge where it Highway 411 crosses the Hiwassee River. But upriver is where the majority of the rafting takes place, on the upper section from the powerhouse down to Webb's store. And someday we'll take a trip up through there. It's just absolutely gorgeous view going up the bank, going up the road, going up the banks of the Hiwassee River up towards the powerhouse. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's also a stocked trout stream. So Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, they raise trout, and then they'll release trout in this stream several times a year in different locations. Brown trout, rainbow trout. So there's a limit on catching how many rainbow trout you can catch, and a limit on how many brown trout you can catch. And I think if it's been years since I've been fishing, but I think the brown trout have to be a certain length. And years ago when I was a kid, my papa had I talked to the Wildlife Resource Agency, and they used to stock the trout right here, actually where I'm standing. They would dump them out into the water right there. Nobody was really able to get to them to fish them real hard after they'd released, but it sure was fun there for a few days to catching them though. It's been years since that's happened. So we'll get back to the fence work, go down here to the corner, and I'm gonna walk all the way down the river and then check that upper side. I said I was gonna walk down the river, but actually I'm gonna ride. Come up here, get the side by side Kubota, and go back down that corner where I was and ride down the river and check that strand of fence. Goes up there and take you along with me. Grind them till you find them. I actually saw a few places back through there that I want to go back and fix, but before I do that, I'm going to take you down here to a place where you can really get a good look at the river. My grandparents own this whole farm here now. This is this middle section here. My dad actually sold it years ago, but there was 150 acres here on the Hiwassee River that my grandparents farmed. They bought actually with my great-grandfather, and they farmed it up until they were ready to retire. But this is this area right here used to be, when I was a kid, cattle would come down here and water in the river. And it's a really pretty place right here. This is an area where the water flows pretty good, and there's a set of rapids. And what I've always known, on the far side of the river over there, there's what's called an old Indian fish trap. So I don't really know the history about that. I just know that rocks are piled up in an angle to funnel the river. When it's down, it funnels it into a smaller area. But that's what I've always known it by, as an old Indian fish trap. Good place to trout fish too. This rapids here are pretty good. So the water will drop down. It's up right now, and it's about, I guess it's flowing max right now. So it's up probably 3 feet. So the water will go down considerably. You can actually, where I'm standing right here, you can't see the bottom, but you can actually walk all the way across the river when it's down, and it can be maybe 2 or 3 inches deep up to maybe a couple feet. But it's a really neat place to fish when the water's down. You can really go up and down the river a long way. This is the toughest section I've got right here. It actually goes through the middle of some woods, and it's kind of tough to get to. Years ago, I come through here with a skid steer and a brush cutter and cleared out a path, but it's kind of grown back up, and I got a couple trees down that are kind of in the way, but it's not a very long section, so it don't take long to walk through and check it out. One thing about turning cattle into new pastures in the early winter is whether or not there's Johnson grass in that field. Because Johnson grass, when it freezes, it gets a frost, hard frost, it will actually be, if the cattle eat it, it can be toxic to them. And so you got to really be careful at what time of the year you turn cattle into the new pasture. So it was a hard freeze last night, really hard freeze, but 2 weeks ago it froze 2 nights in a row. So by freezing 2 nights in a row a couple weeks ago, the Johnson grass is not really a threat anymore. Well, it's not a threat anymore from what I understand, what I've looked at. So basically what we've got in here now is some dead weed and some good grass. So if you see that grass, that's good stuff. They'll eat on this for a few weeks before I move them back up to the other pasture. There's a lot in here they can eat, and they're gonna love it. Matter of fact, you'll see that when I call them to the gate here in a few minutes. When I start calling them, they know where they're going. One more thing I gotta do is get the water hooked up. So this is a water tank that I use down here, and you see that yellow ball, it's actually there's a ball valve. This is the other side of it here that shuts the water off and on based on the water level, that ball going up and down. But I'm draining this old nasty water out of it. It's been in here for a while. So I'll hook that up to a water hose when I get that put back together. And the water hose is hooked up over here to the cabin. So they'll have some fresh, clean water. And Diesel's trying to get the ball. Come here. You can't have that ball. We need that one. So we'll let that drain out, clean that tub out, get everything hooked back up, and then we'll turn the cows back in. Now actually it don't matter. I can go up there and turn them in anyway. They won't be hunting water till later this evening anyway. So we'll go let that drain, we'll go turn the cows in. All right, we're back up here at the gate, get ready to turn these cows in. And it's gonna be pretty easy because they're all standing here. They're standing pretty close. So it won't take long them see me messing around the gate here. They'll start heading this way. Actually, they're already belling. They know what's fixing to happen. So what I like to do is keep this gate closed until they all get here. Because if you don't, sometimes some of them will go through and the rest of them won't, especially the calves won't go through sometimes. The crazy thing about a calf, they'll catch a fence, electric fence turned off, and they'll walk right through the fence and it not being turned on, but they'll come up to a gate and just stand there and look at the gate and won't go through. So I'd bet my supper those 2 calves that are in here are not going to go through that gate when I open it. But one thing I got to do is make Diesel stay, because if he don't, he'll chase him. Dees, here, down, good, stay. So he'll stay there while I'm putting these cows in here. It'll be almost more than he can stand though, because he loves to get after these cows. But I'm gonna call them down here and get them up to the gate. Once I get them up the gate, I'll turn them through. And like I said, the calves generally won't go through the gate. They'll see the mama cows go through there and they'll just stand there and look at the gate. If they don't, I'll shut the gate back and turn the calves back in there. Try to get them down there later tonight. So here we go. Come on, girls. Woo, come on, girls. Come on, girls. Come on, girls. Woo, come on, girls. Come on. Well, Diesel didn't stay. He got up on me. Come on, girls. We'll get them up here to the gate anyway, and I'll take Diesel up here. And that old girl there, she's pretty big. She's got about to have a baby. There's another big one. That big old belly. Come on, girls. They're coming now. Diesel. Down. Now stay. Come on, girls. Silk, silk, silk. Woo! Come on, girls. Let's see, we got 12 cows and a bull and 2 calves. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And that real old cow, she's slow but sure, she's coming. I don't even see the 2 calves. I don't know where they are. Well, there's one of them. Come on, girls. Woo! Let's go. Come on, girls. Here they come. Come on, girls. Cows are funny. They'll stand and look at you for a few minutes, and then when they decide to come, they will. All right, so we'll turn them in here, and hopefully those calves. Diesel, down, down, stay. Well, the GoPro battery died right as I said I was fixing to turn them in, so we're got the battery changed out, and we're going to try this again. Diesel, you stay. Get that gate to stay back. It will. Yeah, it's going to stay. Come on, Dace, hip. Dace, here, here, here. Let's go. Dace, here. Let's go. Here. Let's go. Good boy. Dace, here. Down. Stay. Good boy. All right, there goes all the mama cows and the bulls bringing up the rear. And watch these 2 calves. Diesel, stay. Those calves are watching me and Diesel. Saw them cows and that bull go down into the fence. Stay. Let's see what they do. Dace, here. Look at them. Dace, here. Here. Down. Stay. So there they go. It's unbelievable. I mean, it happens every single time. Dace, here. Good. Down. Stay. And you might say it's a dog, but the dog's out here in the field with them all the time anyway. So that's just so aggravating. Look at them, just standing over there. So the mama cows and the bull went down in the fence, and I'm gonna shut the gate to keep these 2 Great Pyrenees from getting out. Those dogs are amazing. They're called Great Pyrenees as a breed, and they're basically bred to protect livestock. And this is old Bowser here, the Diesel, here, here. So that's Bowser there. He's the big male, and that's Tasha, Tasha's a female. So Diesel's gonna chase the calves now. We'll see what he does. He might put them down there for me. But these particular dogs are bred for livestock, and they are amazing. You know, they don't they seem aggressive towards people if they're outside the fence or whatever, but you get inside the fence with them, they're just big old babies. And so there goes the calf. Run it through the fence. There you go. Right through the fence. I have to fix that. But he's in there. But like I said, those Great Pyrenees, they'll work during the night and they'll keep anything out of the fields. These dogs will even keep the crows and buzzards from landing in the field. I've seen them just stand and bark at a buzzard up in the top of the tree until it flies away. There's another calf. Let's see if Diesel can put it up. Put him up, Diesel. Right here he is. Here. Put him up. Right there he is. Put him up. Put him through the fence. Put him up. Now he sees him. He'll run him through the fence there in a minute. Put him up. Put him up. Put him up. Put him up. There he goes. Put him through the fence. Come here, Deese. Good boy. Here. Good. That's one way to get him in there, ain't it? Except they tore this fence up right here. All right, let me fix this fence and shut the gate back. Keep these Great Pyrenees from going in there because they won't respect that poly wire. They'll be out and going checking stuff out. So, Deese, here. All right, well, I'm gonna get this water tank fixed, get that ball valve put back in there if these don't carry the ball off again before I can get it fixed. Here, Deese. Over here. Down. Stay. Well, I said they wouldn't be here till this evening, but they almost beat me down here wanting water. But anyway, I got the tub cleaned out. Got some fresh water going in it. Old mama cows are trying to get them something to drink. But what'll happen is that as the water fills up, that ball will begin to float. And when that ball begins to float, it will shut the water out like that. So I appreciate you watching. If you don't mind, give us a big old fat thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the channel if you won't miss any videos in the future. And appreciate any comments that you give me. Remember, the Lord loves you, and I pray God bless you. Thank you.